Sekejap. Sekejap. Tapi dah rekod belum? Okey, dah. Tak boleh tekan ni tadi. Mikrofon. Okey lah.
Sorry for keeping everyone waiting, but apparently the chairman had a technical problem. So let's wait a minute, okay?
Okay.
Sorry for the inconvenience, girls, and also for made you all wait. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending our meeting today. Miss Isma, anybody absent today?
Yes, Mr. Shani, I have received apologize for absence from Miss Lisa, who is on maternity leave.
All right. Thank you, Miss Isma. Now, can we proceed to our next discussion regarding of the minute of the previous meeting last week?
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, dear all, as stated in the notice, this meeting aims to brainstorm the ideas of activities suggested in the proposal. From that point of view, I'm looking forward to good cooperation to achieve the purpose of this meeting. And I would like to remind us the agenda today is related to discuss the activities in environmental pollution, which is the disadvantages of using polystyrene. The date has been confirming on the proposal of the program at Dewan Sukan Negara Dungun Terengganu on 15 July 2021. Only 3 activities will be implemented.
Sorry to interrupt, Miss Isma. I think this is a slight mistake with the date of the program at Dewan Sukan Negara Dungun. Was actually 12th July, not the 15th July was recorded.
Miss Isma, could you take note of that? Thank you, Miss Nabila, for highlighting that error.
Okay, sorry Mr. Shani, I will make the necessary correction.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Miss Isma. If there are no more amendments, I'm hereby to confirm the first minutes meeting were confirmed without amendments. So today we will make a selection of activities listed in last week's selected proposal, which are environmental pollution, which is the impact of the use of polystyrene to the humans, animals, and environments. Let's we discuss about this and everyone give your opinion and amendments regarding the choices.
Alright, as we all know, our motive for holding this polystyrene ugliness campaign is to open up or raise awareness of the community out there who are still unaware of the ugliness of polystyrene use. From the talk that will be held later, we can expand the knowledge to the community that this polystyrene is a type of plastic which is multi-purpose, easily deformed and very light. According to the Malaysian Ministry of Health, regular use of polystyrene will cause the rate of chemical migration from polystyrene to packaged food or beverage to be faster, as polystyrene can only withstand temperatures up to 5 degrees Celsius only. Therefore, it is not surprising if people prefer polystyrene plastic because it is the main choice in the manufacture of food packaging and disposable types that facilitate consumers, even though it is very bad for human health and the environment. So for me, I suppose an effective activity that can be held to make our project a success is by holding a talk on awareness of the disadvantages of using polystyrene. What do you think, Miss Arifah?
Okay, Miss Soleha, I think by distribute pamphlet that related to the impact of polystyrene use on humans, animal and the environment is more effective for our project environmental pollution. This is because by distributed pamphlet, the pamphlet can give full awareness to them to be vigilant and choose not to use polystyrene to save and clean the earth from the negative impact due to the use of polystyrene. The purpose of this pamphlet is distributed to the community is to ensure that the information written in the pamphlet can have an impact on the community and hope that the community gets the important information that will be presented during the campaign. Society also had the opportunity to spread this disadvantage to their children, as there is a proverb that says, "Bend the bamboo, let alone from the shoots," so as to educate them before it is too late. And remember that the use of polystyrene has many negative effects on humans, animals, and our environment. And through this situation as well, future generation has the opportunity to feel a cleaner life and breathe fresher air than it is now.
Okay, I agree with you, Miss Arifah. But Miss Soleha, may I know what other strong reason can you give from the activity that you mentioned earlier?
Okay, in my opinion, through the talk that will be held, it is able to make the community out there aware of the disadvantages of using polystyrene to them. It is because in the polystyrene, there are too many chemicals that can be absorbed into food and then into the human body, which is it can damage the system and can cause cancer in humans. In addition, this talk on awareness can provide knowledge about the importance of loving the environment in helping to save our earth. Sorry. Next, through awareness thoughts on the disadvantages of using polystyrene, uh, we have the opportunity to raise awareness of many traders who are still failing to follow the instructions of the authorities, who are still using polystyrene packaging as opposed to food packaging made from biodegradable materials. In fact, Polystyrene also take 100 to 500 years to dispose of naturally. Although having disposed of toxic substances that may permeate and dissolve into the soil, it will also damage the food chain of humans and animals.
You have a very good point there. Many people are not aware of the harmful effects of polystyrene. Through the talk aims to highlight some of dangers both to our health and to the environment. Polystyrene is one of those materials that are everywhere around us. So polystyrene is an expensive and hard plastic, and probably only polyethylene is more common in our everyday life. Then how about you, Miss Nabila?
I purpose that the holding gotong activity with the community and participant to prevent environmental pollution so that the community can breathe fresh air. As we know, by holding gotong activity can ensure that an area is in a clean and beautiful condition. This gotong activity has a lot of importance to the environment and the community communities such as reducing water pollution, where the villager of Gompase will hold will hold the gotong activity in the beach area. Activities that will be done on the beach are to collect garbage in the beach area to ensure the beach is clean and beautiful. Furthermore, holding gotong activity at museum, file, community hall and around the village area can reduce environmental pollution by cleaning drain, collecting garbage, decorating surau and community hall. In addition, this gotong activity will be done in group between the community and participant. By holding this gotong activity, the community and participant can cultivate good value in each other. For example, like cooperating with each other in cleaning the village. Further able to strengthen the unity of society regardless of religion and race. That's for me.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think first activity is, in my opinion, is drawing a poster that open to those aged 30 and above. A poster is temporary promotion of an idea, product, or even put up in a public space for mass consumption. The main function of a poster is to capture a moving audience with a message. When designing a poster, plan it design carefully. You will have a short amount of time to attract and hold your reader attention. Think about the one aspect of the information that must convey the message and plan your design around that. Kids and adults can draw any poster based on on environment pollution with their own creativity. It is free to join who are age 30 and above. Those those who draw the best poster will get a prize set by organizer. Okay, for my next activity is pop quiz activity through Kahoot. Kahoot is a game-based learning platform that makes it easy to create, share, and play learning game or trivia quizzes in minutes. Unleash the fun in classroom, office, and living rooms. The reason playing Kahoot because it is effectiveness. The research included Kahoot can get more focused on improving learning outcome by boosting engagement, participation, and motivation through competitive game-based learning and experience. Study, re- study reported also that classes using Kahoot increase attendance, student participation, engagement, motivation, as well as interaction between student and student peer. Kahoot can also create multiple choice quiz and true or false question. Import question are allowed from spreadsheet or use a question bank. Do you agree with me, Miss Isma?
I'm sorry, but I feel I must disagree with you, Miss Howard. I think holding a talk on awareness of the disadvantages of using polystyrene is an effective activity. Polystyrene it takes at least 500 years to decompose. Like Miss Soleha said before, when polystyrene is sent to the landfill, it is quickly covered and this process deprives it of water and oxygen, which would normally help it to break down. Whilst the technology does exist in some countries to recycle polystyrene, the market for recycling it is small and shrinking. Polystyrene can be made into items such as packing fillers and cafeteria trays, but not into cups or food containers. That have previously been used for food storage create a massive food hygiene issue for recycler. For this reason and due to the shrinking market for the recycled products, many recyclers do not accept polystyrene.
Excuse me for me, excuse me for interrupting. What can we do if polystyrene cannot be recycled?
Through the talk, we're able to make the community be aware of the harmful effect of using polystyrene product and tell others. Ask the community to ban polystyrene in food packaging. Tell them there are many alternatives that will have less impact on the environment. Teach them to use reusable cups at work instead of foam cups. When shopping for groceries, select items that are unwrapped or wrapped in non-polythene materials such as vegetable, eggs and meat. Ask local takeaway restaurant and food suppliers to use a more environmentally friendly form of food packaging other than styrofoam. Many alternatives are now available made from materials such as post-consumer recycled paper and corn plastic.
Miss Arifah.
Miss Arifah, we cannot hear you.
Sorry.
It's
Excuse
okay.
me for interrupting. So are you sure holding a talk on awareness of the disadvantage of using polystyrene is an effective activity rather than distribute pamphlet that related to the impact of polystyrene?
Yes, I'm sure because polystyrene products are made with petroleum, a non-sustainable and heavily polluting resource. Extruded polystyrene is usually made with hydrochlorofluorocarbons, blowing agents which have effect on ozone depletion and on global warming. Their ozone depletion potential is greatly reduced relative to chlorofluorocarbon, which are formerly used, but it still has a 1,000 times greater effect on global warming than carbon dioxide. Burning polystyrene on bonfire release carbon monoxide and styrene monomers into the environment, which can extremely hazardous to our health. Polystyrene foam present unique management issue because of its lightweight nature and likelihood to be blown from disposal sites even when disposed of properly. The lightweight and buoyant polystyrene travel easily through gutters and storm drain, eventually reaching the ocean. Plastic from urban runoff is the largest source of marine debris worldwide. Pollution is pollution of waterways and waterfront negatively affect tourism and quality of life. When polystyrene travels down waterways and storm drains into the ocean, it breaks down into smaller non-biodegradable pieces that are ingested by marine life and other wildlife, thus harming or killing them. So as a result of the impact on marine pollution and adverse effect on marine wildlife, several coastal cities across the United States have banned the use of polystyrene food packaging altogether. So that's why I think holding a talk on awareness of the disadvantages of using polystyrene is an effective activity to spread awareness of the harmful effect of using polystyrene products.
Okay. Well, out of five activities, we must choose only three activities. So, after hearing the opinions from all of you, I decided to choose three activities. First activity I would like to choose is talk on awareness of the disadvantage of using polystyrene. And the second choice is do a competition such as like drawing a poster that open to those aged 13 and above. The third option is distribute pamphlets that related to the impact of polystyrene use on humans, animals, and the environment. I would like to give an explanation regarding why I choose these three activities. The reason I choose is talk on awareness of the disadvantage of using polystyrene was this step emphasizes the disadvantage of using polystyrene. It helps to properly identify needs of the target group and to select the most relevant approach to reach the influence their behaviors. Talk speakers are also advised to take account of polarity and views and ensure that disseminators, multipliers, influencers, adults, leaders, and policymakers are included in the talk. This will this will help to reach a wider audience and can share wide knowledge about disadvantage of using polystyrenes. Besides, it is noted that while developing an adult learning strategy target towards marginalized groups, efforts will be first placed on bringing these groups into the fold, fold of mainstream societies. Afterwards, the focus could be on their involvement into further education. The second choice is do a competition such like drawing a poster that open to those aged 13 and above. Conducting drawing poster competition will help to attract younger generation to participate in competition. The youth of today is the future of tomorrow as we know. Targeting youngster which is aged 13 above will help our government to bring harsh impact on reducing usage of polystyrene in future. The last choice of mine is distribute pamphlet that related to the impact of polystyrene use on humans, animals and the environment. Why I choose pamphlet is an unbound book that is without a hardcover or binding. Pamphlets may Pamphlets may consist of single sheets of paper which contains a lot of information that easily can spread to others. Pamphlets are very important in marketing or when we conduct an event because they are cheap to produce and can be distributed easily to people which is for all age groups of people. So we can easily spread the message easily with low budget and also can able to achieve our objective. Is there got any objection regarding my choice? Or anyone like to explain further about other activities which is much better than what I choose?
Excuse me for interrupting, Mr. Chayani. May I have word? Perhaps I should clarify it by saying that holding Gotoroyo activity with the community and participant can reduce the occurrence of environmental pollution. Gotoroyo activity are one of the way to conserve the environment. As we know, Gotoroyo activity involve cleaning up the surrounding area. This activity can ensure that the surrounding area is not polluted with various contaminations such as food plastic, polystyrene, glass, and smoke. When we do garbage cleaning activity, we will not burn garbage such as paper, plastic, and polystyrene to prevent air pollution from happening, which can affect human health. But we will pick up the trash and collect the trash into the trash can and take it away to the landfill. Meanwhile, our recyclable waste will be segregated according to predefined categories such as plastic, glass, and paper into recycling bin. Will then be sent to a recycling center for recycling. In addition, useless tires such as truck, car, and motorbike tire will be used as a decoration around the village, which will be done by the community and participants. The importance of gotong in cleaning the environment can also improve the health of the local community, where a clean river can be used by local to the daily activity. With this gotong activity can also apply the value of maintaining the cleanliness of the environment in each community and participant. Okay.
I agree with Ms. Nabila. Through gotong activities can create a clean and cheerful environment. This is because a clean and cheerful area can create a healthy and prosperous life. This practice can be trained to maintain health and comfortable condition in the surrounding area. This practice of gotong royong can also clean residential area from becoming a breeding ground for various diseases such as Aedes. This activity is very beneficial and must be practiced and nurtured from an early age. By making this practice an important activity in life, we can gain a lot of experience and knowledge from the practice. We can also find out how much easier it is to complete a job with a large workforce than to do it alone.
Excuse me, Miss Arifah, but I'm sorry I don't quite follow you. Could you go over that again, please?
Okay, Ms. Soleha. I told that I agree with Ms. Nabila. Through gotong activities can create a clean and cheerful environment. This is because a clean and cheerful area can create a healthy and prosperous life. This practice can be trained to maintain health and comfortable condition in the in the making surround in sorry in the making surround the area. This practice of gotong royong can also clean residential areas from becoming a breeding ground for various diseases such as Aedes. This activity is very beneficial and must be practiced and nurtured from an early age. By making this practice an important activity in life, we can gain a lot of experience and knowledge from the practice. We can also find out how much easier it is to complete a job with a large workforce than to do it alone.
Yes, you have a good point there. Therefore, it is clear that activities such as giving talks and distributing these pamphlets later, also holding a gotong royong, can give awareness to the outside community that polystyrene is a multi-purpose. However, it will still have a huge impact, especially on social and environmental. In conclusion, this campaign is very important to run. It is in order to provide awareness to the community, the need to reduce the use of polystyrene, and finally the community will no longer to have to rely on the use of polystyrene in their daily life, as well as the dangers and implications of the use of polystyrene to the environment and human health in particular. Then, it is clear that the benefits without the use of polystyrene can clearly prevent humans from cancer. Apart from reducing global warming, and can also reduce the rate of environmental pollution. So that's just my opinion.
That exactly the way I feel with Miss Arifah and Soneham. Gotong royong activity among the community and participants can clean the village from all unwanted impurities. The village environment will also be safe and comfortable to live in. This will attract outside to come to the village for vacation. In addition, the villager and participant can also get to know each other. This situation can strengthen the relationship between the community and cultivate the community value in each other. Besides that, distribute pamphlet that related to the impact of pollution can use on human, animal, and the environment can also reduce the use of polystyrene in daily life. In this case, they will read pamphlet that will be distributed in every house of the villager, especially to sailor who used to use polystyrene. This caused them to be aware of the disadvantage of using polystyrene to human, animal, and the environment. Therefore, also giving thought to the community is also important to give awareness to them that the use of polystyrene bring many disadvantages to human, animal, and environment. This thought we will appoint knowledgeable people like officials from the environment department. That's all for me.
All right, I understand. After hearing the opinions and objective of three of you, I agree to conduct Gotong activities at villages. So I'm finalizing the activity that we're going to conduct is, which is talk based on disadvantage of using polystyrene, Gotong activities at village, and distributing pamphlets regarding disadvantage of polystyrene usage. Has anyone else got anything to add?
I don't think there anything else to discuss, Mr. Chayani.
Okay. Since everyone agreed to choose the activities that have been discussed, I think we can close our meeting today. So that's all for today. Thank you each and everyone for the effective meeting and also for the well discussion. And your cooperation was well superb. And I hope for the next meeting also you all give us same support and cooperation. Thank you. Let's we end our meeting
Well,
here.
okay,
Okay.
welcome.
Please do a competition such like drawing a poster that open to those age 13 and above. Conducting drawing poster competition will help to attract younger generation to participate in competition. The youth of today is the future of tomorrow as we know. Targeting youngster which is aged 13 above will help our government to bring harsh impact on reducing usage of polystyrene in future. The last choice of mine is distribute pamphlets that related to the impact of polystyrene use on humans, animals, and the environment. Why I